We woke up on the 7th of October, and then we heard the first interception of the Iron Dome, and it was just right before our house, and everything was shaking, so we knew, okay, there's something serious.
This is ALIYAH News. God has called us to comfort his people. For the Israel We Stand With You team, this commission took on a whole new meaning when they found themselves in Jerusalem when the horrific attacks began.
Hello and shalom. I am Markus. This is Lena, Michael and David, and we are part of the Israel We Stand With You team. We're sitting here just now outside in Germany, and just want to share a little about what we're doing, what we did the last 9 years in Israel, and what we will be doing this year in October as well. So about 9 years ago, we went with a little team from our community, from our church here. We went to Israel, and just with one goal, we wanted to comfort the people in Israel. The Jews, we wanted to make a statement against anti-Semitism and of love for Israel and the Jewish people. And so we didn't know what to expect. We went there, and meanwhile, it developed to a project where we go like every year when it's possible. And what we are doing there is we're coming there as not only musicians, but a lot of musicians. And we have like 50% of music in the streets and 50% of speaking and getting to know people. So we always emphasize it's so important that we get to know the people in Israel, in the streets. And what is very special about the project is that we get to know them there in their everyday life. So it's not in a conference, not in a professional setting. It's just outside in the streets. And so we always bring postcards, handwritten postcards. They have handwritten blessings on the back. And we always tell the people, take those postcards home, put them onto your fridge, and always remember that there are people in Europe who stand with you in these times of growing anti-Semitism. Sometimes it happens that people come to us and they say, it's the first time that we are meeting people from Germany, and they come and they share their stories, they cry, they want to hug us. And so last year we went as well. And we were there the whole week, did the same things that we did in the years before. And then we woke up on the 7th of October in the morning, and then we heard the first interception of the Iron Dome intercepting, defending a Hamas rocket. And it was just right before our house, and everything was shaking. So we knew by then, the latest, we knew, okay, there's something serious now happening it's even in Jerusalem. So, so what did we do? We sat together. We were actually supposed to leave that day. And we sat together, we prayed, we drove down to the airport because we didn't know if the flights will go or not. And then at the airport, we found out the flights will not fly. So we met again in the apartment in Jerusalem, went back there, we prayed, and then we said, okay, we are here. What is the reason why we're here? We're here to comfort the people. We did this the days before. We are still here. We cannot leave. So we will still do it. So we went out to the streets, a little different, just one guitar. Didn't take our drum set, didn't take our electric guitar, our keyboard, just one guitar, the banner, the postcards. And then we just went out. And those meetings that day were very, very special. We had people crying. We went to police officers that we met there.
We had one guy who brought us to policemen and some military people. And we had the opportunity to share with them, to bless them, to sing for them. And for me, the most emotional moment on that day was when we were playing, standing in the street. The days before, the streets were crowded full. And this day, only few people were walking by. Everyone was in shock. And I remember that we were singing a song, and one one Jewish girl came by. And there was one of our team members standing, and she was just throwing herself into the arms of our team member and started to cry. And this was really like seeing what what the prophet meant when he was saying, "Comfort, comfort my people." And I mean, for us as Germans, it is like very special to do exactly the opposite, like what was done during the Nazi time. So yeah, really a privilege, but also a blessing for us to experience, to really stand with Israel, because normally we tell that, and now we had the opportunity to live out what we say.
And then we somehow had to leave because we had team members, most of our team members, they have usual jobs at home and they had to be back, to go back to their families, to their job. And so we tried to book another flight, which again was cancelled. And then, which was very special, we got the offer from our dear friends from Ibn Itza Operation Exodus. They told us, we were talking to them on the phone, and they said there are dear friends from a ship from a Swedish crew. It's actually a sailing yacht. This was just in Akko, in the north of Israel, and they said there might be a possibility that we can join them to Cyprus. We found ourselves in the cars in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock in the night, driving to the north from Jerusalem up north with all our instruments, with all our equipment and team. The ship, it's actually a quite long. This was not just at the harbor, but it was a little, outside. So they picked us up in rubber boats in the middle of the night with headlamps and with all our instruments. But we really felt safe. So in all of the trip, all also of this, we really felt we are at the right place. So then we were in the boat. Long story short, next day we left from Akko. Within 24 hours, we arrived in Cyprus, where they welcomed us, like the authorities there, with buses, sandwiches, water, and big machine guns. And we said, "Oh, you're welcoming us like refugees here." And they said, "Yes, you are. You're coming from a war." And so this was our trip back. From there, we could fly home to Germany. And then we said, okay, we want to do something. We want to proceed doing things. So one thing that we did is we recorded a song that we sang the whole week before, "Pray for the Peace of Jerusalem," and "Shalom, Shalom, Yerushalayim." We recorded this to encourage people outside of Israel to pray for Israel, and to encourage all our friends in Israel that we send the song to, that there are people who are now praying for them. And this was such an encouragement for the people in Israel. After we returned, we were in touch with them still, also the days after, the weeks after, and they said this meant so much to them. This was comfort for them, just that they could talk to somebody, that they could speak to somebody, and that they saw the song. And some of them said to us, when they heard the song, this was the first time that they could cry again in all of the shock and all of the grief. And then we said, this was one thing. The second thing that we decided very fast, we have to come back earlier. Not only 1 year later during Sukkot, but we have to come back earlier, which was February, I think. We went with a small team again, and also there. This was such deep encounters that we had there. In the hospital, meeting soldiers that were wounded. We played again in the streets. Deep conversations that we had there.
One time we were at an army base, and they really treated us very, very well. I mean, we came to encourage people to play for them songs of hope, just to bring the message again of that we love the people of Israel, that we value them, and that we stand with them in times like this. And we played basketball and football with the soldiers. They made barbecue for us. Really very special time and so close with the people. And I remember that when someone was taking a picture and I was standing next to a young soldier, and he was holding his M16 gun in his hand, and I had the guitar. And he was smiling and was pointing at my guitar and said, "I have a weapon, you have your guitar." And for me, this was like, yeah, he was right, because we have something that we could bring. And I think in a time like this, we have to choose, and we can really make a difference in comforting the people and just being there and talking to them. I think we had one of the deepest conversations when someone was inviting us into her home, and we were sitting like late, and she was really telling how it feels like now in Israel. I mean, it's not like something that you will immediately tell the people, but when you are there and you sit with them, and because of the story that we had from the 7th of October that we were there, they were really open, and they really told us how it felt for them and how it feels now. And so it's like, yeah, what a privilege to share these experiences with them, to be so close with his people.
Also seeing in all of this the sadness, but also the resilience of the Jewish people, and even in this whole year after it, seeing what they experience, also the persecution and also the hatred that they receive from all over the world. But seeing their love and joy and pride to be Jewish is very remarkable. And I think this is also something which will be very special to go back to be there even this year after October 7th, and being there again during Sukkot, and just being able to bring again these songs of hope, songs of joy, and also this message that we still carry, that we really carry with all of our hearts, this love for the Jewish people and this support for the Jewish people, and really this message of Israel, we stand with you.
We are really, really looking forward to be there again during Sukkot. We know that you cannot plan in these days, but still we booked the flights, and we are very sure we will be there again in the streets.
Comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem.